Yes. Yes, 2 times. Y'all know the vibes though.
Ooh la la, are we green?
She go.
Ooh la la, are we green?
They go.
Ooh la la, are we green?
We go.
Ooh la la, are we green?
Okay. Ooh la la. She like ooh la la.
Are we green? Ooh la la, are we green?
She'll never get old.
Ooh la la.
Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop out of the bed like where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. POPAVIST. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Because over here we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, Popavisms 101, and motivation. If that sound like something you can rock with, then before you usher to the left and hit stage left, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, good luckin', because you know how I do, and you know how I like to start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. Why'd you do it? There was no other way. And we in the end game because, yeah, today, like, you know what I mean? Brooklyn, they took the L yesterday. They took the L without John Morant. No Steph, or Seth, rather. And they took the L. But last night took an L. Today I bounced back. And they bounced back in a major way. And that's why we're going to talk about this shit first. Then we'll get into the other shit. It's big, obviously. They trying to get a bling blow. Like your wrist bling bling, they shit bling blow. Or they trying to get to that. And obviously Kevin Durant and KyriE, they already got one. They trying to get another one. Kevin Durant got 2. But as it was rumblings, you know, Mayor of New York City, you know what I mean? He lifted the mandates, you know, for the private sector, and I guess, you know, some other stuff. I didn't get the paperwork. I didn't get the memo. I just seen a little clip, you know what I mean, on the News 1. And pretty much, you know, KyriE could play, and, you know, he was like, it's unfair for, you know, the athletes that actually play here in New York City. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's Brooklyn in here tonight. Like, it's Brooklyn in here. And, it's unfair, it's woo, it's and we already knew that. We already thought the rule was stupid, and obviously, you know, we looked at certain things with the side eye, like, damn, why is this? It doesn't make sense on a health, you know, on a health wave, because that's what they were saying, like, this shit is all based around health, and he even, you know, said, I guess, couldn't really, you know how sometimes you can just hit, when you watching press conferences, a lot of times you only really can hear what the person that's being questioned, what his answer is. A lot of times you don't really hear the reporter. But I said that to say I didn't really hear what, I know it was a question about KyriE, and then he was like, well, I still, you know, like, try to play me in the sense, like, you know, my stance, and my stance is he should get vaccinated and get the booster. Like, you know what I mean? You're going to get a booster every year, like a booster shot. And I remember getting booster shots as a kid. The needles was long. I used to hate that shit. And so pretty much they can play now. So now on the court, you know, they're going to probably be in the play-in. They got a rough road ahead. They play Miami. And, you know, this is why I want to talk about it as well. Because, you know, the big networks, they spin shit. In fact, there's a lot of, you know, people on those, you know, other channels. I would say that, but they're really the big networks, the Foxes, the ESPNs, and, you know, the news channels, wherever you go to get your news from. You know what I mean? But in this particular case, obviously, you know, Stephen, you know, A. Smith, he got to say his voice is heard, you know, throughout mad households. A lot of people fuck with him, they don't. He's the guy that you love to hate, you know what I mean? I met him in Houston, you know what I mean? It was cool then. But he pretty much was like, you know, KyriE is not a martyr or, you know, a hero, and, you know, he should have just got vaccinated. And my thing is, you know, That's his opinion. He can say what he want to say. But the thing is, he not a hero in the sense of, he went to war, fought for the country, snatched his belt away like they did Muhammad Ali, rest in peace to, one of the greats. It's not on that level, but it is on a level of principle. When I talked about this, like your integrity is intact, like, yeah, Popavism, your integrity is intact. People can say what they want to say. But for the people that really know you and they know that your integrity is intact, you never going to really be questioned. That's why when certain things come out, if it's dealing with kids, God forbid, or if it's just dealing with shady character, if people that know you, that really know you, they're going to be like, nah, they're going to go to bat for you all the way because they're going to be like, nah. And I mean, until it's proven, they'll be on the latter side, which we know now in today's time, especially if you know what I mean, you black and you're a black man, in my opinion. You definitely guilty till you proven innocent. It's not the other way around. So he stood to his guns. Like, I mean, I'm sticking to the guns, not getting vaxxed. Obviously, I spoke about this, and I spoke about KyriE, you know what I mean, a few times. Go see the other video I did. In this regard, he got the paper. He's sitting on a couple of dollars. And a lot of people that's, in the news or they got notoriety or they celebrities and whatnot, that's why we talk about entertainment. We started talking about that more because this is what people look to. This is how they live their life vicarious. And some people live so much that they living in delusion because their reality doesn't reflect that of those who they, watching and they're aspiring or living through. Like when you reverse it, their life is nothing like that. Yet and still he got the paper. So therefore he can say, nah, it's a foreign object or whatever the case. Like, everybody is entitled to do what they want when it's their body. Now, I plainly say, because that's your money, son. No, but real, this is your body, son. So you should be the ultimate say. You know what I mean? I get it, the greater good, and, Walking Dead, the decisions some of the leaders made is vicious. And it's a dog-eat-dog world. But he was able to say, nah, I'm good, not going to be able to do it because he's sitting on millions. The average person, people I know, associates or whatever, they had to go do it. They was forced to do it because they got bills to pay. And that is their money, son. They got responsibility. So they had to go do it. And then you got some people that was like him in his stance, not being some hero like this dude was trying to make him out to be. He ain't no hero in that sense, but he just stood firm. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. And, I forget my age and shit. And wrestling. Might have been Mr. Perfect or somebody, in characters. This shit is character, everybody's a character now. Hip hop, entertainment, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. People become characters, but his character in wrestling shit, when they had Hulk Hogan and all this shit, he used to always say, everybody got a price. And then he would do shit like to prove, like, yeah, you could be brought. You could be, you can fall off that high horse and those principles that you say you about. I'm going to show and prove to you. And in prison, people do it a lot. People test to see if you are who you say you are. Like that ID, you are who you say you are. And then when you show that you're not, people looking at you with the side eye. And then it don't match up. But the point is, he stood on his principle. He had the money to do it. And I salute him for that. I salute the people that lost their jobs. It's like, damn, I'm figuring it out. They're only going on unemployment. So it's like, you did what you did here in New York, and Atlanta is the only place that ain't shut down their clubs. Uncle Murder reference, like, shit is crazy, shit crazy. That's why he said it in the song. Atlanta is, I remember when people was going down there, like, shake their ass, couldn't wait, like, New York locked up. I'm going to Atlanta, like Houston, Vegas. And I told y'all, Atlanta is one of the places that I've been to mad times. I love the ATL, like, you know what I mean? But people was flying down there. And people here, they lost their jobs. They lost their livelihood. They stayed on their principles. Are they heroes or are they just like, nah, I can't do it until more information come out, or I'm just not willing to take the risk. Because that's my body, son. That's not your money. That's your body. And really, that's why health is wealth, because without your health, you done. Like, you might as well wrap it up and sit there, and get snapped away like Thanos at the end when you know you defeated. And you can ask anybody that's rich, that got a couple dollars. They'll do pretty much or pay anything to get the health back. Steve Jobs, rest in peace. Anybody that died of an illness and they was getting sick, You don't think they want to switch the body? Like in the Wolverine series, he was trying to take his animanium to live. I'm going to kill you so I can live. So you can do that by just taking care of yourself. But the point is, you know, people lost their shit. He lost games and they lost chemistry. And now, you know, people were like, oh, he should have just took it. And that's why Kevin Durant always, even if he didn't really agree with it, he just still was like, yo, that's that man's body. I can't tell him just for the good of the team to do X, Y, Z. And there's a lot of people, you know, that felt that. You got people that still going to jail for niggas. Like, you know what I mean? And we spoke about, you know, Moose airing out Papoose. And I spoke about a lot of people who take the fall for they mans in them. Like, you know what I mean? We gonna take this nigga on a straight rough ride. Because he was talking all this other shit at the other jail. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And then you get what for but slap in the face. So I'm with KyriE on that. But let's move on to this other shit. Like I said, Stephen A, like he a victim, he ain't no victim, he ain't no hero. He definitely not a sucker in my book. He stood on his beliefs, and I'm fine with that. Like, you could be mad. I don't know why people was mad that people don't be wanting to budge off certain shit. Like, nah, not gonna do it. Go that way. So DesHauN Watson, right? Like, keep it on sports for a minute. Hip hop, sports, interview. DesHauN Watson, you know what I mean? Out of the Texans. I did a video on him because it's news and it's things that you gotta say, why is it trending? Why is these things happening in the sequences like this? I do, you know what I mean? I always look with the side eye, for whatever reason, you know what I mean? So he came out, you know, last year, didn't want to be with the Texans. Brief cap for people that don't know. Well, who's DesHauN Watson? Just got paid $230 million guaranteed. That's who he is. Black young nigga getting it, like, you know what I mean? For his talents and, you know, capitalizing off his abilities, like we all should be trying to do. And those that can do it the best, they move forward quickly, and obviously they get the bag for it. And those that can't, they lag behind, mostly bitching and complaining like, damn it, man, I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail. And I know too. You already know. If you've been watching the channel, you know I already know what it's like to lose. But the point being, he just got paid. Just got the cases of the 22 women. Let me say that again, like the 22 twos Hove on the first album. It's not that song. It's 22 women, unfortunately. Masseuses and different type of body experts and shit. Guess he was saying one of them was an anesthesiologist, if I said that right. And whatever the case may be. Seemed like right after he was like he didn't want to play for that bum-ass organization. And if you from Texas and you fuck with Houston, I'm not mad at you. Because I fuck with the Knicks. Like, it's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown, y'all know, you know what I mean? Shaolin is in the house. Wu-Tang love the kids. He didn't want to play for them no more. So if you like Houston and you from Houston, then cool. I understand why you rock with your hometown. Soon after that shit happened, and y'all know, I know, because this is what I do. I bet on sports every day. Hip-hop, sports, interviews, POPAVIST 101. That's what the channel was about. So I'm tuned in like, oh shit, he wanted to leave. I wonder if he gonna come to the Giants. And then the women come out. 1, 2, you know what I mean? Then like 5. And I was just like, damn, this shit is crazy. T.I. had some shit going on, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, fast forward a year and some change later, he got the $230 million, like 1.5 million, purple tape, no names, serial number, say yes or no. Shout out to everybody know where that reference is from. Say yes or no. Got paid. Now, Molly came out, you know what I mean, the other day, self-proclaimed feminist, Jalen Rose ex-wife, you know what I mean? Mad, like, because he got paid. And that the NFL is not doing more to see that he don't play on the field. Now, granted, this you had NFL players, you know, shoot their baby moms, like, even though he went to prison, dude from Carolina Panthers. You had Stallworth, I believe, vehicular homicide, kill an individual. And obviously you got Lawrence Taylor with the kids. This is like, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is entertainment, but a lot of crazy shit going on, just like Hollywood. Mad NFL players did mad wild shit. Tyreek Hill just got traded to the Dolphins. Allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, domestic violence with his baby moms and all that. I talked about him briefly. Like, that's why he don't do no, in case you was wondering and you didn't know. Why when he catch touchdown, he's one of the best receivers in NFL. Catch mad touchdowns from Patrick Mahomes, but no more. You in Miami now, South Beach. He don't do like dances or catch flags and none of that, because he's saying the child support that he was paying for his kids was cracking his pockets. So he can't afford no fines. But anyway, he was accused, or maybe allegedly, kinda, sorta, did some shit domestically. Still playing in the NFL. Now, I've been, on the inside. I know on the channel I'm not an angel. I've been up top a few times, unfortunately. You can get indicted by a grand jury for any fucking thing. Like, for real, for real. That's why you hear some lawyers plainly say, like, a ham sandwich can get indicted by a grand jury. All you gotta do is show, you don't even, in fact, most cases, when when you get locked up and you go through the bookings and all that, and you go to Rikers or wherever you go, your lawyer waive your right, and most people do waive their right to go to the grand jury, even though that is the first defense. Although what you say can be used against you in the law, like when you get locked up. You can go there and defend yourself, and you can have that chance, but most people don't go. They let their lawyer go, you know what I mean? And then you get indicted, and you stand on Rikers Island waiting for the arraignment, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Waiting for bail. That ain't coming, because niggas not coming to get you. You get indicted, et cetera, et cetera. He didn't get indicted. They was like, it's not enough evidence to move forward. Therefore, no criminal charges were brought against him. What are we talking about still? All right, yes, it can be some civil suits. And we know that when you talk crazy, like Tasha K, on the other channel, the shit with Cardi B. And the 4.8 million, now I'm not being funny, 4.8 or 4.2, whatever it was, that she was deemed that she got to pay now. Because she popping off and you saying shit that's untrue. Like Sarah Payne, I said Molly came out, she didn't say no shit like Sarah Payne, the other ESPN analyst. But she's like a serial, pretty much offense, assaulter, you know what I mean? Or something to that effect, like serial person, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't convicted, he didn't go to jail. No cases, he ain't pay no money yet, and you can lose a lawsuit and not have committed a crime. So I don't know why. And then also, out there in Cleveland rocks. Baker Mayfield's out of here. Or at least he say he want to be out of here. And, I jokingly playing, shout outs to Chris, KRS-One Blastmaster. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal and your video out of here. Mercedes-Benz and Range Rover out of here. Like, you out of here. You're out of here. Most people don't plan or even think about when they're going to be out of there, which is unfortunate. But he's out of there. He won out of there. There was some people in Cleveland, mostly women, protesting out of Stefanski's house, like taking it to the extra, like you taking it all the way there, like you taking it there because you're mad that he got his money. But my thing is, why are you not mad that he, no charges was brought against him? And then now something coming out too, maybe because of those women or the people, the mob that was bringing attention to this. Maybe that's why they kind of talking about sending it to another grand jury to see if they can get the charges indicted. And, if it happened, obviously his money is guaranteed, but I'm sure it's a lot of fine print. It's just the shit that they put on the big networks. They tell you with the contract. They don't give you all of the details. So who knows if they like, nah, if on the back end, like when you reverse it and don't be whipped, but you whip that, yeah. Weatherspoon, rest in peace. Boomerang. His money can be taken back, you know what I mean? And then you lose that $230 million. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Obviously, I want to see him get his bread. And, if what they saying is true, then let some charges drop. And when I mean drop, I mean stick. Like, let's move forward. It's been over a year now. Like, he sat out the whole 2021. Obviously, it was the pandemic, etc. But he didn't want to play, I'm sure. I'm sure he didn't want to play. But still, he took penalty, took loss of bread, and then it's the image tarnishing thing with Bill Cosby and all these women, etc. So you say 22 women because that's what some of the comments are saying. People like, nah, shit got to be real because it's 22 women. Then it's the conspiracy theorists, like, nah, Houston Texans, they paid some women and woo and I know Megan saying, Tory shot her, right? We don't know if that's true. And this is taking it even way back. Now, I wasn't there, obviously, but allegedly, maybe kind of sort of Emmett Till, white woman say he was looking at it, then they did him dirty. And then, like I said, you got the Tupacs, the Mike Tysons, and a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, that's rich and famous, powerful. You can just hit your head. You know what I mean? We see too many scenario and cases where, unfortunately, if you are that of the, the male sex, you can get accused by a woman, and then you have to prove yourself out of that situation, which is unfortunate. You don't see it reverse, like it's a circle. You don't see it that way. You see it the way that it is, and I'm not mad that it's like that. I'm saying I understand that, and brothers should understand that as well, especially if you got a couple dollars. Why? Because that's your money, right? Because that's your money, and you work hard to get it, and you put, you put all the work in the gym, and when you looked around, nobody was there with you, except the people that was trying to, get where you at. You get the point. I don't know why entertainers, athletes, whoever, people that got a couple of dollars, that got some cachet, that can do things that regular people can't do. Why you put yourself in that position? Then it's the same thing, right? When women say, oh, I was wearing the sexy shit and you was showing all of your assets and your goods, looking good, like we looking, you know what I mean? You got a fat ass, we got the look. Sorry, Kanye reference. Like, yeah, when you walking in whatever outfit you walking in, we're looking. The men that like it. Now, I'm not saying take you home and cook you dinner and wife. I'm just saying we looking. And I'm going to leave it at that. Why are you looking at me like this? Or when something bad happens to them, for the people that's, LeBron, when he doing that crazy, when somebody that's crazy, deranged, you ain't catch the signs, and I'm being funny, but I'm not being funny, because unfortunately, women do get hit over the head. Women do get assaulted by men like that, and it's unfortunate. So the first thing they say, you over-sexualize and I can wear what I want and power. Yeah, that's true. And then things like that happen. So it's both sides. But the thing is, for brother that is getting the bag, if you're working hard, you got to do everything in your power to not put yourself in positions where you can be canceled. You know what I mean? Kanye, supposed to be hosting the Grammys. Stalking his wife, doing XYZ. And the thing is, as the man, you stuck holding the bag in that regards in the public eye. Say it comes out, all these cases drop, the whole 22 women. You get your 230 million. You play this year. I want to see him play in the Browns, like Cleveland rocks. I want to see him. You know what I mean? I want to see him with a good team. I want to see him play. Then what? People gonna be like, nah, I was wrong. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have did him like that. Or you're gonna be quiet in the public, in the opinion of the public. You still looked at with the side eye. It's fucked up. Nothing you really could do to get that back. Your integrity is intact, but the people that's watching, and on POPAVIST TV, yeah, we live, we rolling, we also dealing full transparency. Yeah, come on in. You know what I mean? My shit is open, and what you see is what you get, and what you getting is your ass kicking. I'm being funny. And that's how I like to give it up. There's no fronting or being a role. But the thing is, you don't want to lose your bread and be standing with the bag and have people like Sarah Payne coming out calling you serials. And then, matter of fact, what's this dude that during the Black Lives Matter and all that, and power to the people, and but you're black. I had to have my ass walking. I mean, had us in the matrix during all this pandemic and all of this chaos and confusion. You know what I mean? A lot of people was not knowing what to say for, and then some people was going on here and like, come on, baby, shaking their ass like they not popping in New York, it's not popping in Minnesota. I'm taking my ass to Atlanta, but there was a lot of shit going on. But I say that to say this, you know what I mean? You out doing doing your 1-2s, and it's like this is happening on the back end. So you have people coming out, the Sarah Payne saying you this, saying you that. But while this was going on, the dude that went to trial, and they allegedly his moms drove him across to Croatia or wherever it was, and he ended up popping something. You know what I mean? Like, while you out there protesting on a peaceful level, so you say, or wherever you out there, because my whole thing is anytime you go into a crowd, it's like when people hear gunshots. Some people run to that shit, and some people run away. When you see shit about to pop off, some people quickly grab the phone, some people get out the way, like, you know what I mean? And then, like, you gonna make sure. And I'm saying that, like, when you go into a protest, you go into a rally, you going anywhere, like, Bill rally, you only rally me up, dummy. Like, and so when you go in and, you know, from the clip that I seen, they was trying to, you know, fire by my BacK. However he got the gun there, whoever, I'm talking about him. I can't think of his name, but you know what I'm talking about. He beat his case. Like, walked home scot-free, and you could say because it's the color, oh, but you're black. I know, you know, I'm light-skinned, but I'm black. He said he gonna sue Whoopi Goldberg. It's one of the first names he named when he was doing an interview on Fox. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they was asking about it, like, how do you feel to be calling the killer or whatever that was said about him. So just think about that. Just think about that, because you don't really hear like men doing shit like that. And I'm not mad at him for doing it. He gonna sue, you can sue. But the thing is, you can sue anybody. You can sue any fucking body and be dead wrong. But because the law is set up, like the way your checking account is set up, but the way the law is set up, you can just sue anybody. That's why it's so many fucking, if you ever talk to a lawyer, been in traffic court or been in real court or just have lawyer friends, there's so many fucking cases and cases and cases and cases of fucking lawsuits over bullshit. Like, you'd be surprised. Your fucking neighbors upstairs is having sex too loud. Lawsuit. Like, Google the shit. Like, you know what I mean? Your neighbors are downstairs, whatever it is, you can sue and you can sue. That don't mean you're going to get paid. That don't mean if you end up settling that the person broke law. So again, back to DesHauN Watson, you can say what you say. And speaking of Tory Lanez, because his image and reputation is tarnished a little bit. What up, my guy? His image is tarnished. You know what I mean? Slightly, maybe, kind of, sort of, for the shit that he did. You can't get that back. It's hard to get it back. People look at you funny. They may not want to rock with you no more, even though you didn't break no law. You didn't break no law, but especially when it's dealing with women. And so Tory Lanez, he took a little hit. And if it come out that he shot in the foot, I'm going to be mad surprised. Like, y'all know I plainly say, when you put the beat on, I will be shocked and amazed when you put the beat on this time if it come out that he shot in the foot. Because honestly, I don't believe that that's the case. He was on Twitter getting mocked, getting clowned. Niggas clowning him a little bit. They keep talking about his hairline, even though he put his shit back or whatever the case. But he put out a petition and got, you know, starting to get people, you know, black men to sign a petition because it's for black men on some to protect us from being falsely accused by women. You know what I mean? Because we know this shit happened. It been happening throughout the century, but it's like we just let it be. But the best thing that you can do, obviously, you hope it don't never happen to you, and you got to prove yourself innocent. The shit with Kodak Black, and I'm like, he copped out. And, you know, I've been inside, so you've been around wild cases where you're like, damn, did this nigga really raise his bitch? Like, or he did not. Like, you don't know. You know what I mean? His paperwork, but he telling you, like, bro, you know what I mean? And you like, ah, man, like, you know what I mean? Did this nigga do it? So you don't really fuck with him. And there's a lot of people walking around with that stain, again, for the ladies, you know what I mean, that see this video later. I'm not saying it don't happen. It should just happen like 2-3 days ago, then last week in Queens and in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Get over here like Scorpion and try to, you know, do the sister dirty and shit. And it happens all the time. This is Gotham City, make no mistake about it. That's why I tell my nieces, my aunts, my little cousins, don't violate no niggas. Don't be in no man's face like you could beat them. And always be mindful and aware of your surroundings. Because, yeah, you gonna get, when it do happen, it's going to be some coward shit like the nigga did to the chick. He ain't going to square up, even though he probably could and still, you know, take you. But it's going to be a surprise attack. And that's why, you know, the Asian community, for what it's worth, showing that shit on motherfucking, yeah, it's a fact. You know what I mean? Because that's your life's on the line. You know what I mean? Your life is really on the line. But that's why you know, the Asian community downtown, a lady got followed to her apartment, stabbed up, murdered, you know what I mean, senselessly. The other lady pushed on the train. A lot of wild shit is happening, you know what I mean? A lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, a lot of what's going on, and niggas don't be tuned in, like, you know what I mean? And so I fall back from certain shit so I could stay mindful. And that's why I'm, you know what I mean? But they teaching self-defense to the women. I think that definitely KyriE, you know what I mean? I got one of my, you know what I mean, the joint that you pop out. That shit is hard as a fuck. Like, don't wait. Don't hesitate. Crack. Hit hard. Like, you know what I mean? beat flames and then get the fuck up out of Dodge. You know what I mean? I obviously don't, you know what I mean, stay in the thing. But the thing is, that's why it's like that. You know what I mean? And you never could get those shits off. Well, let's talk about this last. Let's talk about some Harlem shit. And it's Harlem, but it's like, it's really same shit that's been going on in Hollywood and Hollyweird and, you know, Hollis to Hollywood. But is he good? That's an LL reference. One of my favorite songs by LL too. You know what I mean? Off that Mr. Smith album, Fire, with Doing It on it. So anyway, Mace is back, you know what I mean? Murder Mace, make them at the on Clubhouse, obviously. This shit is big on Clubhouse if you fuck with it. And obviously on YouTube. Y'all know I be in these YouTube streets, running through these YouTube platforms, and they should have never. Like, I'm here now. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Cam. Confessions of Fire. He back in the news, did the freestyle. Freestyle went hard, so I'm like, this shit old. Somebody was like, nah, this is recent, but it is old. I haven't seen it. So he did the freestyle, got the long Batman cape on and shit, the trench coat, and he's saying some shit about Puff. Then he went I think he went on MREC. Shout outs to MREC, and he pretty much was explaining why he's coming out now and saying the shit he's saying about Diddy. Now, I did a video on Diddy, and that's what I mean, you know, hip-hop, sports, I did a video on Diddy, you know what I mean? Go see the other video I did concerning Black Rob, you know what I mean? And how he passed was like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, rest in peace, right now, you know what I mean? And people were saying it's not his responsibility, it's this. We know the history with Craig Mack, with Rob, how things just went, and obviously it looked like he here, and obviously who better to tell us, you know, obviously Kiss, Jada, whoever was involved. And obviously we know Mace was involved because check your videos. You always be number 2. Niggas talking real greasy on them R&B records while I'm platinum a million times. Check the credits like a Hove line, you know what I mean? And I'm being funny when I say that's on Hard Knock Life too, you know what I mean? And he talking about Mace, taking shots at them because of the videos and all that. But who better to tell us what the fuck happened but him, you know what I mean? And other people that was close. So according to him, he was a scumbag, right? Like we know it's a lot of weirdo shit, a lot of scumbag shit that goes on in the entertainment world. You gotta know that, like, you know what I mean? If you don't, then I'm telling you now, breaking news and you're gonna learn today. But some people, it's like, why you wait so long? Why? Like, it's cool you doing it. And for whatever reason, he like, you know, for the people that couldn't speak, and, you know, obviously he got a couple dollars, and this is what he was saying. Like, so I still want to speak out for the people like the Craig, you know, Craig Mack, rest in peace, and, you know, the ramblings that he was saying. And it's like, all right, Diddy jerk niggas. And he mentioned, you know, Big daughter not being able to get in the concert. Little tidbits, and it looked like he's going to keep coming out with more details as we go deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. People keep bringing up that Drink Champs when Diddy was there with Fab and Kiss, you know what I mean? And he was, yo, why you don't party with me and all that. And, you know, and you can draw your conclusions. Obviously, Cam, shout outs to Cam. He said some wild shit when Mace was there in the bathroom. It was some crazy shit. And so, again, then you had, you know, Superhead, allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of, playing with him, and, you know what I mean? And whatever it is, the pictures with Rick Ross, right? All this shit. He the one that got the bread. He the one that had the labels and did et cetera. Obviously, everybody else was just employees. Some disgruntled, so they get pushed to the side. And he came out through the years and said what he said. And, you know, like Kanye said, you know, late is better than not showing up. Like, I'm going to be late, though. I got to figure out what I'm finna wear. When I show up to this shit that I really don't want to show up to, and he won't be showing up to the Grammys because they canceled him for speaking up or saying some shit about Kim. You know what I mean? When they cancel you when you out of here, do you ever think about it? But I'm like, all right, cool. You coming out now when you saying what you're saying, what is it going to do? People still can't go change them contracts, still can't get G-Dep out of prison, and even though he like, if he would have got some help for his mental issues, and obviously when you allegedly smoke, you know, when you want to, I remember seeing ODB in Harlem, rest in peace. Because Wu-Tang love the kids, like, you know what I mean? It's Shallon, are you in the house? Remember seeing him on 34th, you know what I mean? Early when he just was wearing the Wu-Tang shirt. 40, you know what I mean? And he was just carrying the protection neck and all that, you know what I mean? And the series was fired, you know what I mean, on Hulu. Dusted out his mind, like looking crazy in Harlem. So when you allegedly kind of maybe sort of on that, you can get help, but it's that Diddy responsibility. when homie was saying Black Rob, rest in peace, wasn't taking his medications and you don't take care of yourself and you know what I mean, and you let yourself go, or you just ride hard, drinking, smoking, fucking sniffing, running and going crazy in the industry that you fought hard to be in. Is that his fault? So again, it's not a defend. It's just like years later, I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna listen to the dirt, see where I might have been right at, see where I might have been wrong. Like, oh, nigga was foul like that. Because you hear that shit about Hov. You hear about a lot of people. You know what I mean? Look what Megan just did. Allegedly, maybe, kinda, sorta. I see you. Maybe, kinda, sorta. Hollered at ASAP Rocky. I just did a video on that. So it's like, yeah, people was doing, entanglements and all type of shit in this industry. You know what I mean? To where your man gonna pass you the shit that got the fentanyl in it, and you gonna, you know what I mean, and die, and nobody gonna know. You know what I mean? You gonna lock the drug dealer up, but you know what I mean? It's just a lot of the fuckery. Look what happened to the young dog. Rest in peace. His Justin nigga or whatever, allegedly that's down with the shit, locked up, altercation, and it's a never ending story. Like, you know what I mean? He in there. You gotta fight your way now, and this crazy shit. So it's like, what is it? What does it all boil down to? Like Tony, there was no other way. We in the end games. That's all I want to know. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You signing a petition? And when people gonna come out and speak about the women that do shit like that, the Sarah Paynes, the people that's just coming out to come protest. Man, not guilty. Just think about that, and then think about you or your son or your nephew or somebody, one of the ones that you play with, like they your little husbands when they little, even though they your sons. A lot of the shit, like nigga, your little kid that you dressing up and posing in the mirror. He young now, but think about that's him, and they lying, and then find out that they was lying and they're innocent. There's no justice for them. Like, we're not going hard for them. But on the other, until he's proven innocent, is like take his money, take his livelihood, call him serial this, call him murderers that. Well, you can't do that, you know what I mean? And that's why Cardi B don't want this chick on YouTube. She like, take her off. She's still collecting the check, but she's saying my box thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, getting on your show and your followers, and then this is another thing before I get out of it. This fucking Denver lost tonight. Bastards, man. Motherfuckers. I was trying to get some chicken dinners, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. Real quick. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they lost by 10. I still won 5 back. Chris Paul came back and messed my dreams up. I had Denver. But anyway, it's like, should you say something or should you just be quiet? You know what I mean? What do you think should be done for people that, you know what I mean, do these type of things? Lie about shit. You know what I mean? Say you did shit and you didn't do it. Should you go down? I think something should be done. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's your boy, POPAVIST. You was just tuned in. POPAVIST TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted. So over here, we just do what we want. We authentic. Track record is intact. That feeling. Yeah, kid.